What's up, my Central Unit? This is the Central Man here, so this could be my predictions for the upcoming Premier League season. So I did a list of teams, which teams are going to get relegated to the Championship, who will get European football, who's going to challenge for the title, or going to win the title for the upcoming 2019-2020 Premier League season. So we're going to start with the bottom to predict which teams are going to get relegated to the Championship via the Premier League. So the teams are going to get relegated and finish 20th, 19th and 18th are Sheffield United, Newcastle United and Brighton. I'm going to start with Sheffield United. They're going to finish rock bottom in number 20. They'll be a typical Championship club. They'll get promoted to the Premier League one season, and then the following season they'll get relegated back to the Championship. You know, they just don't have players or Premier League experience. Yeah, they brought in Phil Jagielka to Everton, because besides that, he's really getting on. This is his final club as a football player. He's going to retire the end of this season. But besides that, man, I think they could have some odd results, some odd wins this season for the Blades. But besides that, they're going to struggle huge, and they're going to get relegated back to the Championship for their first time in after one season in the top flight. Anyway, 19th place is going to be Newcastle United. They lost Rafa Benitez to the Chinese Super League. Ioze Perez to Leicester City. But yeah, De Bruyne, Steve Bruce from Sheffield Wednesday. They made their first signing of the transfer window. Brian Jollison from Hoffenheim. From the Bundesliga. But besides that, they didn't make a single impact of the transfer market. They're not getting the right players. They struggle big time. Steve Bruce, he has history of getting clubs promoted. But besides that, he's a history of getting teams getting relegated. I think he's going to get sacked. I'll do another video for another time. So the Magpies will get relegated. The second in 4 years and the third under Mike Ashley over 11 years. 18th place and the final team to get relegated to the Championship for this season is Brighton. This is the third season. This is Brighton's third season in the top flight. And it's going to be the last season. They're going to get relegated this season. They survived 2 seasons, avoid relegated, but this time they're going to be relegated. They're going to be in that relegation trapdoor. They brought in Graham Potter. I call him Porter, but it's Potter. But besides that, he haven't have any experience in the top flight. Yeah, he guided Östersund to a small club in the low division of Swedish football. Yeah, he got him to the Swedish top flight, got him European football with Östersund. But besides that, struggled with Swansea City last season. I think they finished mid-table. I don't know, but anyway, he's not a Premier League experienced manager. He still needs to learn of a new league. Yeah, he brought in players from the Belgian league, but besides that, they are going to get relegated. So, moving on to 17th, and not going to get relegated are Norwich City. Another club got promoted to the Championship, to the Premier League last season. Daniel Farkel's been in the club 2 years now, and in his second season got the Canaries back to the top flight. They're not going to get relegated. Some people do their predictions to the Premier League. They'll get relegated, but for me, they're not getting relegated. I think they could survive. They brought players from the Bundesliga, from Germany, but besides that, they're not. They're not getting relegated. Maybe next season, but this season, they're going to survive. They're going to be some Championship clubs. They're going to survive the division. So yeah, Norwich City finished 17th. 16th is going to be Crystal Palace. Yeah, with Roy Hodgson, with Palace, they lost Wan-Bissaka to Manchester United. They're about to lose Wilfried Zaha. He wants to leave Crystal Palace. There's rumours he's going to be linked to Arsenal, but I'm not too sure until this season, this week's the end of the summer's transfer window. Anyway, nah, they're not gonna get relegated, but they're gonna struggle, and they'll be once again a typical mid-table club. Crystal Palace finished 16th, 15th place. I'm gonna say Aston Villa, their first season back into the top flight. Yeah, they're too good in the Championship. They've been in the Premier League for the very beginning, since the formation of the league in 1992. They are the first team to win the first ever, the old First Division title way back in 1888. I think it was 1888. But anyway, but I don't think they get relegated. I think they're gonna do well. They keep on of Jack Greenish. I think they could survive. I don't think Dean Smith will get sacked. I think they could have some good results. But besides that, not going to get relegated. They're going to survive. They're going to be 15th. The 15th place team in the Premier League. 14th is going to be Burnley. Once again, they're going to be a mid-table club. That season they finished 7th. That's just a one-time off. But besides that, they're going to be a mid-table club. Alright club. Not too good to be relegated. And not too good enough to be finished the top half. They did it once, but I don't think they're gonna finish top in my opinion. They're gonna finish 14th. 13th is gonna be Bournemouth. Yeah, they had some off seasons. I think 1 or 2 seasons they finished like in the top half. But besides that, man, they're going to be 13th. They're gonna struggle a little bit, but not too much. They don't need to sell players, but they kept out to Ryan Fraser. But besides that, I don't think they did. Once again, they didn't do any impact on the transfer market. They brought in players from the lower leagues, but not relegated, but not like getting European football. I don't think they're gonna happen unless they go out on a transfer spree. But I don't think it's happening in this lifetime. Eddie Howe probably stay for another 2 or 3 seasons. I think he's too good to be managing Bournemouth. I think he's ready for another Premier League club. Probably one of these days a future Everton manager, or Leicester City. Who knows? So yeah, Bournemouth finished 13th. 12th place is going to be West Ham United, the Hammers, the Irons. Everton and West Ham go on a transfer market spree. They flopped. Yeah, they lost Marco Arnautovic to the Chinese Super League, but besides that, they brought players from Spain I never heard of. They missed out on Maxi Gomez. But besides that, man, they're not going to struggle a lot. They'll do well. They'll probably have some odd gains, beating one of the teams of the top 6. But besides that, they're not going to get like 5th. They're not doing the mastermind what they did on the first season under Slaven Bilic. Their final season at the Bowling, finished 5th. That's just a one-off. But besides that, they are not going to get top half again. I think they'll probably finish 12th place, still in the bottom half. I think they've been in the bottom half for the last 2 or 3 seasons. So West Ham finished 12th. 11th place, I'm gonna say Watford. I think in the last 2 seasons they finished in the top half. This season they're gonna go back into the bottom half. Not bottom half like mid-table, but they're gonna be finish 11th, or maybe 10th. But I'm gonna say 11th. Didn't do much in the transfer window. Yeah, I would expect it's a small club, but besides that, Javi Gracia, he's an alright manager, but yeah, they kept players like Troy Deeney and Adelaide Decore, but besides that, man, it's just they're an alright club, but I don't think they'll get the European football. But I predict they'll finish 11th. 10th place, Southampton, the Saints. The last couple 2 seasons, they were a mid-table club, flirting with relegation. They had 2 managerial sackings of Mark Hughes and Maurizio Pellegrino, and even Claude Puel. Puel finished 8th, got sacked. He had good seasons under Maurizio Pochettino and Ronald Koeman, but with Ralph Hasenhüttl, I think he's gonna be on the same level as a Pochettino and a Koeman. I don't think they're too good to be in the mid-table club, but I can see him being the top half club. Because I think Southampton they're supposed to be a top half club, but I don't think they get relegated. Too good to be relegated, but they're too good to be a mid-table club. So Southampton finished 10th. 9th place, I'm going to say Leicester City. They just lost Harry Maguire to Man United. But they brought players like Yuri Tielemans to Monaco. Ayoze Perez to Leicester City. I can see him finishing 8th, or even they'll finish like 9th place, or get European football. But besides that, man, I think they're gonna drop down a little bit. I think Brendan Rodgers will keep them up into the top half. I think Leicester is always be a top half club, always finish in the top half, in my opinion. So Leicester finished 9th, 8th place Wolves. They're going to decline a bit because last season they finished 7th, got European football. But the following season, this season, I think they're going to drop down to 8th. They'll do the same thing, but they're going to struggle a little bit because they got European games. They just lost, I think they lost Helder Costa to a Championship club. I do not what club he went, but they brought Jimenez permanently on. They brought Jimenez on a permanent basis after he had a good season with Wolves last season. Del Donker on a permanent deal. I think they could get European football or even stay in the top half. 7th place is Everton. They brought in Moses Keane from Juventus. They buy Andres Gomez on a permanent deal from Barcelona. I think they get European football, man. You know, they should be getting European football instead of like bouncing around into the top half. Not Champions League football, but like Europa League football. That's 7th for Everton. 6th place is going to be Chelsea. Frank Lampard's first season at Stamford Bridge. I don't think they get top 4. Yeah, the transfer ban fucking Chelsea a bit. But besides that, they bring in Mason Mount and Tamari. But they did okay with Derby. But this is not the Championship. This is the Premier League. They need to step up. But I don't think they get top 4. But they're going to be another season in the Europa League. I don't think they'll win the Champions League. They could win some trophies, but I think they're going to finish 6th. They're going to struggle a lot, Chelsea. Who knows, man. But 6th place, Chelsea are going to finish. 5th place is Arsenal. Yeah, they brought in Pepe, Ceballos on loan, Martinelli. Yeah, the rumours they're getting Tierney. But besides that, they're going to finish into the Europa League for a 4th season in a row. And it's just what it is. So folks, it's just cut out. I'm doing this video on iMovie. So anyway, back to Arsenal. Yeah, they're going to finish 5th. I don't think they get top 4. They might get top 4, who knows? Never say never, but I think they'll struggle a little bit. I think they're going to drop down to 5th. And another season playing Thursday night football in the Europa League. That's Arsenal in 5th. 4th place is Tottenham. They brought the major signing they bought this season is Tanguy Ndombele. But besides that, they haven't bought any strikers if Harry Kane gets injured, they're going to struggle. Yeah, Llorente is more a plan B, but he's not on the same level as Harry Kane. Dele Alli he's alright as a striker, but in reality he's not really a striker. So, they're going to finish 4th in my opinion. So 3rd place is Manchester United. I think they'll finish 3rd. Yeah, I think they did well in the transfer market, bringing Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire. With Solskjaer, his first full season as a manager, I think they'll do well. They've still got some problems, but I think they're not going to get dropping out of the Champions League. They will get top 4, but in the Champions League, they'll probably get into like the quarterfinals or something. Again, what they did last season. 2nd place is Man City. People predict Man City will finish 1st, but in my opinion, they're going to finish 2nd. The reason why they won the title last season because Liverpool slipped up in March. But besides that, yeah, they bought Rodri. But besides that, they didn't bought a defender replacing Company. I think they're going to struggle. They're going to slip up, man. 1st place, Liverpool. At this point, in my opinion, they don't really need any signings. They brought Oxlade-Chamberlain's coming back since his injury. He's looked like he's a new signing. They're bringing Ryan Brewster up to the first team. I think they'll do well. I don't think they'll slip up. Yeah, they've got the UEFA Super Cup against Chelsea. They've got the Club World Championship in December. I think they could win 3 trophies. I could see them winning the league, retaining the Champions League. Probably do, not too sure about League and FA Cups, but I think they could win the Club World Championship. So that's my predictions for the upcoming Premier League season.